And welcome once again to Living in the 21st Century. Joining me this morning is Lila Jones, aka Legendary Always, and Sajeidah Jackson, aka GG. Ladies, it's a pleasure to have you both on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, Gigi, you are no stranger. I first knew you as a singer, but you have transformed over the years now to a professional dancer, it appears.
Yes.
Beautiful. And, well, for Lila, just explain a little bit about yourself before we start to go into conversation. Could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. So I'm an influencer, but it's not about that part is not important today. Right now, I'm representing G. I do her marketing and management for her whole brand and her team. So I'm just here as support, as one up, and
Okay, beautiful.
Right.
Well, definitely we have a lot to discuss this morning. But so first, I will go back to Gigi. Gigi, tell me a little bit about your transitioning from a singer to a dancer, or are you still both right now at this point?
So I guess you didn't know that side of me. So I've always been a dancer,
Okay.
I've always had passion for both. But as of right now, I've just been like, not really focusing on dancing, but I've just been dancing as of right now. But I still am doing both. I'm actually about to start back up my singing, but I've been doing more dancing just because of, some trials and tribulations that I've been going through. So that's been helping me, push through and continue to, go up the scale. So.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, sir.
I mean, as we go through this show, there's some things I would love to ask you pertaining to your struggles in your professional life, as well as staying focused. But I just want to swing a little bit to Lila as her professional marketing manager. What is your future expectations in promoting Gigi? What's your strategic plans in taking her to a different level?
I think what's the most important priority for me is maintaining who she is, not changing who she is and who she's comfortable with being just to fit the image of the internet. So I strive every day to see if I can find ways of brands in the internet to fit her more so than using her to fit that or to fit their image or their perspective or their mission for her.
Okay. One other thing I want to ask you, I see a lot of local artists like Gigi every single day. They're exploring with talent. They are full of vitality and vigor. They want to thrive and succeed in this world, make a living comfortable from what they are good at. They want to utilize their talent to their best ability. But in this corporate society we have, there are those who have so much talent and there are obstacles that prevent them from obtaining their goals. Do you have any strategic plans to break some of those barriers down? As a small artist and a professional marketing manager, what are your insight for the future that both you and her can get a living from this?
Right. So I'm actually an influencer myself. I have 1.8 million followers on TikTok, 51,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 150,000 followers on Instagram. So I use my own experience and my own platform to kind of connect her into the bigger world. So from day one, I felt like nothing about her or her brand was small. So I never wanted to market her small. I never wanted to market her within her own comfortable city or state. I always wanted to go worldwide with her branding. So it was a chance, and it's always a chance and a risk when you're doing that. But when you see potential, you see it and you run with it. And that's what I saw in her. And so far, we're killing it. So I'm excited for what's to come.
Well, you have me excited with you also. So Gigi, I want to ask you this. How do you, and I want to ask you this in a very genuine form, how would you let other young people like yourself, and I'm saying this simply because your life were a battle upward and you break through a lot of barriers to get where you're at and to even achieve a whole lot more in your life in the future. How will you see other people who are presently in your situation that you would have experienced years ago? What kind of confidence or word of encouragement would you want to say to that person or persons?
First thing and foremost, I would say they have to really focus on they have to focus on them to make and not compare themselves to other people's growth. Because, in this industry and just a lot of people that are like me that sing, dance, do comedy skits, act, they see other people go up quicker than and they feel like, they're grinding, they're putting in a whole bunch of time and work and sweat and they're not going anywhere. I just want to tell everyone that those out there that want to be an influencer, a content creator, a YouTuber, whatever you want to be, you have to not focus on someone else's growth. You have to focus on things that you can do. So my advice is to keep going, be consistent, never give up and try to do things in a different way. Like if you're doing the same thing over and over again, try to switch it up and do it in a different format. So I would just say to keep pushing, let other people's growth be an inspiration to you, because that's how I look at it. And trust in God. Always put God first, because he is I can't even explain how good God is. And God is the main source for anybody's growth. So my words of encouragement is to keep God first and be consistent in any and everything that you do. Don't give up, because your time is coming.
I mean, Gigi, that's a powerful testimony you just said there. I'm a pastor at a church also. I have my own television ministry. And when I hear young people like you, and this is reality, I know you. I know what you would have experienced as a young girl growing up to this point, I don't know now. And to speak about God the way you just did, it really blessed my heart, because there are a lot of people out there, young people especially, today can care less about God. They don't believe in God. They don't believe that he has any impact in their lives. And here you are with vision and purpose and destiny and pressing on to your goals, can say that without God, you wouldn't be anything. Could you for 1 second take this moment to speak to the hearts of young people that probably don't even believe in Jesus Christ or ever heard about Jesus Christ, to let them know how important he can be in their lives, to help them aspire to great things and accomplish their goals? Would you want to address that?
So I can speak a little bit about on how I involve God in, my life. So I don't know, for people that don't know me, my grandmother, she passed away in 2019. She was a big inspiration to me. She always kept me in the church. She always prayed over all her grandkids, anybody that she knew, she prayed over. And, at that time of year, it was very hard for me to continue to just keep going. And that's why I stopped with social media. That's why a lot of people didn't see me, because her passing away, it kind of affected me in a really, really tough, deep way. And I just want to say, without God, I would not be here today, because I had, suicidal thoughts. I get emotional, but
okay,
it was tough.
I understand.
But I'm gonna just say this. Sorry, I'm gonna just say this. I kept God first. I read his word, him filling you up, like his scriptures. I know sometimes people, they let the outside world get to them, especially in this industry. I'm gonna just say, You have to take that time out for yourself, not because you see other people praising God or you see other people talking about God. You have to take the time to really read his word, read things that align with you and your struggles. That's what I did. My grief, and, I had questions I wanted to ask God, why did she have to leave this way? And it was through cancer. And, I just really looked up scriptures that helped me, with my thoughts, helped me to keep my mind, on the right track. And it took a while and it was a struggle, but listening to, gospel music is another way to help young people. Those that listen to all that Cardi B, I'm not saying it's bad, but if you listen to worship music like Tasha Cobbs, Tamala Man, I'm telling you, it'll shift your mood. It'll shift every enemy. It'll shift everything in your life. And you will feel a lot better walking with God. For me, truly, like, it made me see things different. It made me handle situations differently. So I would just encourage you guys, those that don't want to read the Bible just yet, listen to gospel music, listen to praise and worship. And that right there alone will help you with emotional battles and, mental battles, because I could just say mental health is really real, and that helped me along the way. And praise dancing, I feel so free when I praise dance. It's a different type of feeling when I'm doing versus TikTok and then praise dancing. I feel like I can really show my true emotions and the pain and the hurt and even the glory when I'm praise dancing. So
Beautiful. Lila, before I get back to you, because I have some very important things I want to discuss with you, I want to ask this other question, Gigi. There are a lot of young people when they rise to stardom and becoming famous, if not already, they eventually turn to taking drugs, and then their whole career just falls down the drain. They become psychotic in many ways, and you just speak about mental health. How would you want to tell a young person who is pursuing stardom in the performing arts, like yourself, the reason why they should not turn to drugs, but stay focused? Would you have anything to say on that?
Well, because me personally, I don't have okay, so someone close to me actually turned to that, due to, mental health and not having that support system. My words of encouragement to those, that are getting up there, you need to find the right support system, because that is important, especially people that are in the industry, because a lot of people in the industry are corrupt. And, I can't speak too much on that just because, all I can say is, first and foremost, once again, keep God first. Build your relationship with God. Because if you don't, and you go into this industry and you go into this stardom without Him, it can gradually, really pull you in. So my advice is really to just keep God first and really just find that person or those people that can help you stay focused and help you get to the top. Like, I have Legendary. She is helping me, because there's been a lot of things going on in my background as far as people emailing me, trying to scam me. So, and I was tempted to, answer to that. And because she is in the industry and she knows, she helped me not even respond. I deleted the email and boom, I'm safe. So I would just say surround yourself with people you truly feel that wants to see your growth, that wants to see you go further. And, because there's a lot of jealousy, it's a lot of comparison. And we all just trying to win. If you really look at it, everybody in this industry, most people dance, most people sing, most people act, most people are managers, and honestly speaking, we all can just go up all together if y'all would stop, comparing yourselves to other people. Who's better? Who's a better dancer? We all are good in our own way. So I would just say support and God first.
Bless the Lord. So, Legendary always. I like that. so Lila, I want to ask you a question. I know you're managing and you're her brand manager, Gigi's brand manager and so forth. Now, in the corporate world, brand managers sometimes don't necessarily manage one person. And I have reason why I'm asking this question. Would you undertake other projects or folks under your umbrella as a brand manager to give them guidance and leadance and so forth?
So that's a great question. I definitely I foster to adopt, right? So in my mind, I'll take on as many kids that needs a home that God sends me, I'll take them in. It's like the same thought process with clients of mine. If I feel like you have what it takes to reach where I'm at or above where I am, I'll take you on, because I feel like if God sends you my way, it's not more than I can bear. When I was coming up in the internet, industry, being an influencer and things like that, I had no guidance. No one gave me a chance because of my numbers were too low or I wasn't known enough. So I know what it's like to have to go through those barriers just to get where your potential, can get you. So I always said, once I get to a certain pillar, I would always reach back and help those that where I'm at. And G's one of my hardest working clients. Like, she's one person I don't have to check up on 20 times a day just to make sure work is getting done. She most of the time hits me up or reminds me, hey, we got this. So those type of clients are like a blessing, because it's not really a client. I'm working for her, but in all actuality, I'm just watching her grow.
Yes. And in the process of doing that, how do you obtain, now you have a ton of subscribers, which probably enables you to be funded by YouTube, or I believe. In the process of doing that, how did you really mastermind the art of getting to that level where you have so much subscribers and followers, etc.?
Honestly, it's just a calling. I feel like when you're called to do something, can nothing or no one stop. God is like the biggest. He if he has a mission for you, it's going to get accomplished no matter what. And I can't even tell you how or why it happened. All I can say is it must be my calling, because it happened so easily. And I just and keeping it consistent is easy for me. It takes no thought. So all I can honestly tell you is it's just, when you have a calling, you're called to do that. So it doesn't take effort. It's not like a job. It's just my life.
Absolutely. Tell me this question. I'm itching to ask you this question. Do you see yourself, and this is not to take you away from what you're doing, like partnering with an organization where you can manage their projects and you have your followers and subscribers do whatever to be seen in a productive form? Would you support a project like that or get involved in a project like that? I mean, it doesn't take anything from you. You do what you're doing. All you would have done is to partner with an institution or institutions to accomplish some goals, which you yourself would benefit from that institution. Are you open?
Absolutely, because I'm not done growing and expanding. I'm not gaining knowledge to be even bigger. So absolutely, I'm definitely open. I'm definitely open, to those type of ventures and things like that, as long as it makes sense, of course.
Beautiful. Okay, I will let you to speak to young entrepreneurs. There are those who comes from the grassroots level who doesn't have really exposure. I mean, you can speak of exposure, because you are there to that level. There are young, struggling people who want guidance, professional guidance, how to probably duplicate the same thing that you are doing. May not necessarily be here in the United States of America. It could be in some other country speaking. How would you motivate those kind of people, is there any word you would like to say to that person that can take them from one level to the next?
Just keep grinding. Be consistent. I think the most important thing I'm still learning is being consistent. And like I said in the beginning, I'm learning that being busy is good. Being busy is also hard. But the busier you are, the more of a commodity you are. So just stay consistent. Stick to your whys and what you're doing it, and never lose sight of that, and you'll be fine.
Excellent. Back to you, Gigi. So are you going to remain a solo kind of person, just yourself, or are you going to entertain other supporting actors or dancers or singers with yourself?
So I do in the future plan on collabing with more people, because, I reside, I'm in Massachusetts, but,
Right.
Everybody is mostly in, like Atlanta, Philly, New York. So I do plan on traveling and linking up with other, content creators, singer, artists like myself. So yes, right now I am solo. Well, I'm not even gonna say I'm solo anymore because I have Legendary. So,
Right.
but as of right, as far as editing and doing everything else, it's just me right now.
So you edit all your stuff that you
Yeah, I do
produce?
everything. Yeah, I pretty much, do everything by myself. I don't have no one post for me. I don't have no one edit my videos. I do all that by myself. So
Okay.
hopefully that'll change soon, though.
Okay.
I'm manifesting it.
Okay. Tell me something, because I've asked you earlier, I know you as a singer, not necessarily a dancer, but you are both actually. At this juncture, do you have musical recordings like you have in dancing, gospel speaking?
Yes, I actually do. I have a few. I don't have any updated, but I do plan on recording some covers, some gospel covers. But I do have about 3 or 4 videos of me singing.
Okay, that's great. Because on your video, we'll love to show both sides of you, both the dancing side and the singing side. So we're coming down to the last 4 minutes in this interview, and it's something very important. I would love both you and your partner Lila to speak on. That's the mental health issue for young people. It's a crisis right now here in this country. All in a nutshell, speak a word of restoration to any young person that wants to change their lives. First to you, Gigi.
You want me to give it word of encouragement?
Yeah, just a summary of a word of restoration to a young person who had been going in the wrong direction, who needs guidance to stay focused and change their lives totally, that they can make something good of themselves.
First thing first, I would my words of encouragement is I know they're at their lowest point in life and they feel like they have no support, or they don't have no guidance. I would say if you're watching this, you could always hit me up on any type of platform. I'm here to listen. I don't judge people because I have a really long past, and I have things that I've been struggling with and still currently is struggling with. So I would just say, find someone that you feel that you could talk to. And if there's no one, I got my hands up saying I can, talk to you and give you words of encouragement. And also, everybody's talented. I feel like a lot of people don't know that they're talented. And even if it's cleaning, organizing, find something that is going to distract you and keep you from turning and doing things that you're later in life going to regret. So I would just say find something that you love to do or that you enjoy to do and do that instead of going out. But sometimes, you know, it's hard to really say, okay, I'm gonna go sing,
Yes.
you know,
Okay.
because the enemy. So I just say, you know, find somebody to support you, and I'm here.
Okay, beautiful. And Lila, legendary always. Give your
Yeah.
advice.
I think my best advice is stick to what you know. You know, you got to understand, right? If you're religious, right, and if you're in prayer, only you know what your mission is. So you can't. Everybody won't see the mission until the mission is complete. Some people will see it on your process. Some people will see it in the beginning, right? Some people you could complete the mission and they still won't give you that credit. As long as you stick to what you know and what you believe in and what you know you can do and who you can be, stick to that. Stick to your big guns. Don't let anyone or the non-support bear you away from your mission. I think that's the best advice I could give. If somebody told me that when I was younger, I would be further than I am today.
Beautiful. And on that note, I want to say to all those who have been tuning in or living in the 21st century, have an enjoyable day. Gigi and legendary always, we definitely is going to keep in touch. Talk to you soon.
Thank you
Take
for
good
having
care.
us. See you, babe.
You're welcome.